Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Cage Talk. Today, I have a special guest. She made her bare knuckle debut. We have Jenny Savage. How you doing?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Just hanging out here. It was funny when we're talking and stuff. How we finally figured out that we were in the same uh, time zone. That's one of the things that's usually like trying to get fighters and stuff to. I think that's the most difficult part is trying to find out what time zone they're in and then trying to find a good time. Because I did at one time. I had Mark Hunt, and he lives in Australia. And like, hey man, he's like, yeah, we can do it right now. And I'm like, it's 9 o'clock at night, and he's like, yeah, he's like, it's fine. I'm like, it's not. I have to work in like an hour or so. It's always interesting to kind of see where that goes and stuff like that. But again, thank you for coming on the show. Um, again, we'll dive into your career as you start off in bare knuckle, and I want to ask you, why bare knuckle? Of all the combat sports, you could have done kickboxing, boxing, MMA. You went to some deep waters.
Well, I've had a pretty rough 2020, I guess you could say. Prior to it, I would have never have done bare knuckle only because I feel like that's something someone should do when they retire. However, now that things are kind of changing, I guess, as far as my division, I feel like they the 125 division in bare knuckle is doing really good. And I'm a 115 fighter, but all that's there for me right now is 125 fighters, and a lot of them are strawweights. Paige Van Zant has decided to, I think, temporarily leave the UFC. I don't think she got cut or anything, but she has a deal with bare knuckle. So I feel like there's a lot of opportunity. I could care less really about the attention, more so the money. So I feel like they take women seriously. David Philman is a wonderful guy. He puts a lot of thought into everything that he has like done with this bare knuckle, and it's really in its infancy and it's already blowing up. So why not? I felt like once I found out that the risks were actually safer. I mean, it's so much more safer than MMA. So I feel like why not do like maybe 5 fights or so?
Okay.
Hopefully about that much. I want to fight Paige, and then I'll have like maybe a 4-deal contract or something.
So you want to fight Paige?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And why the interest in fighting Paige, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, when you have such a marketable opportunity, why not take advantage of it to where you can make money off of it?
I get you. So you think her fight will probably bring a lot of revenue just because of the name that goes behind it. To be honest with you, I don't think her stand up is anything to be taken serious. Yeah. Again, hey, kudos to her. She wants to prove something to herself. Hey, I'm all about that, but hey, my opinion, yeah. So it is what it is. So yeah, bare knuckle, like you said, you feel like it was almost like for like retired fighters that hey, just give it another, because that's what it looked like towards the beginning of it. I mean, you had Phil Baroni, you had Bigfoot Silva, you had Chris Lieben, who's coming back to fight, I think on that card. So you had a bunch of those. I wouldn't say washed up fighters because you never want to say that, but again, fighters that kind of past their prime, ready, and they're doing that, and then it has blown up, just not because of the attention, but I think you're right on them taking care of their fighters.
Yeah, they have some of the best doctors in the world ringside, ready to watch us. They give us the chance to fight. The referees are fair. I mean, you really can't ask for anything more. I mean, it's a really good experience, and I don't know if like gonna go past like 5 fights or so. But I mean, I'm gonna return to MMA. I mean, I got a long road ahead of me. So
Definitely. We talked about
just
it. I mean, you're only 27. I mean, that your
yeah.
prime. You haven't even hit your prime yet, so you're good to go still. But
Yeah.
how can I put this? So your debut, right? What was if I don't know if you're allowed to talk about this. Maybe you're not. I mean, if you're not, be like, I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
Your fighter contract. How many are you under contract with Bare Knuckle right now, or no?
Well, we were trying to test the waters where
Okay.
I'm currently waiting to see. They have so much on their plate with
Mhm.
Paige that I'm sure that they just want to see what's going to happen to her. I think it was the best choice for both of us to just have this one fight contract with as my debut with Sheena Star. But yeah, I think that we're gonna have this 4 fight contract deal and we'll be good.
Okay, so it's gonna be 4 fight contract. Okay, I was just curious about
That's what
that.
I'm shooting for. Not sure what they're gonna want, but I want 4 fights.
Okay, you want 4. Usually, I think for anything it would be just because I feel like bare knuckle. Again, it also depends on the fighter. You suffer more cuts just because it's bare knuckle and the skin breaks faster. And like I was saying with the fighter, you get a bunch of like old vets in there that have a lot of scar tissue. I mean, they get touched and they open up. But I feel like they would do three fight contract. But again, I mean, whenever you get the contract and stuff, let me know what it is, because I would be really interested just to kind of figure that out and stuff like that. But besides that, let's talk about your debut and the preparation into going into a bare knuckle fight. All right, so I'm assuming it's a lot of cardio and stand up, but that's just me. What was your preparation?
Yeah, my preparation was more making sure that my knuckles were good and leathered up. About how to condition my skin. I wouldn't really necessarily say knuckles because I think it's a little too late to condition your knuckles. So I was able to do that just in time. I feel like that's what cut my opponent. I cut her early, 40 seconds in the first round. Um, that was pretty intense because that's my friend. You know, I remember telling her that I would never, ever, 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 ever fight bare knuckle unless I am ready to go. And I ended up fighting her as my debut. It's just unbelievable. But I had to prepare pretty much just like you said, cardio. Did a lot of footwork, way more than usual. I was able to work on my slips and ducks because you know you're not gonna get no knee to the head like I had in
Yeah.
my last MMA fight.
Yeah.
I gotten cut on my eyebrow. With 30 seconds left in the third round. The championship fight was terrible, but I mean, kudos to her. She won. But yeah, I mean, just a bunch of footwork, uh, just cardio. I did a lot of like, I guess like I guess you could say you do this stuff where you kind of like they punch your elbow,
Okay.
kind of
Yeah,
like
I
put
understand.
your
Yeah.
hand here,
Mhm.
like that. So just little drills like that, little different drills.
And you said you fought your friend for your
Yes.
debut. Now, she was a training partner, or is it just someone that you knew from back in the day, and she was kind of doing the same thing you're doing? How did that end up?
Well, Sheena Star, I've always noticed her. She's fought for Risen. She's a really good fighter. I love her stand up. I remember when I met her. I met her in Mississippi at a fight. We've always known each other on Facebook, but when I met her, I remember seeing all her footage. Like she showed me every single thing that or all not every single thing, but like all of her highlights.
Okay.
Um, and I was inspired. So I just remember telling her I'd never fight her. Like I guess never say never. This is a lesson I guess I learned.
Just a little bit.
But yeah.
Well, okay. That's really interesting. And again, now when you found out that you were gonna fight her, did she hesitate by any chance on taking the fight, or did you, or did you guys talk about it, or you're just like, it is what it is?
We both hesitated. We were each looking for opponents, and nobody wanted to fight us. She's a pretty big name in bare knuckle. She's like she's everything. She's been there since the beginning. She actually, her and Stitch came up with the design for the hand wraps for the
Really?
wrist. Uh, so like I said, that was her thing.
Hmm.
Um, we both hesitated initially, but when we realized Christmas was coming close and we had things happening, and back in April, my son's father, he took his life because the pandemic got to him.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry to hear
I
that.
was really desperate to like give him a really good Christmas because his dad wasn't going to be able to do anything with him. You know, everybody spent a lot of money, um, just trying to get everybody flown in and to the funeral and everything. So it was pretty stressful on his end of the family. So
Well,
we
I
just
do
we were
I do
like,
apologize
let's
for that.
life short.
Yeah. Hmm. So here we are. You're watching Paige, right? You want to fight Paige next. How do you think that fight's gonna pan out? I don't know who she's fighting, to be honest with you. I'm a little. She what happened? What'd you say? It doesn't even matter.
No,
So you think Paige will lose
no.
regardless?
No, I think Paige is going to do well. I was clowning, saying because she didn't pick me, and I think it's because the way I fought really crazy. Um, I mean, I cut the girl up. I look like, I guess people were calling me Jenny Scissorhands. Yeah, because I
I
just was
mean, that's
cutting.
pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, her face was all cut up. I threw a Superman punch, busted her eye up. Got pretty gory. But so yeah, I think that's honestly why they didn't choose me because I got pretty sharp knuckles because of the little leathery stuff that I did.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I don't think they want to throw her in the lion's den just yet. I mean, it is a debut. I mean, she she doesn't want to look like CM Punk, in
Yeah,
MMA. You don't want to
yeah,
be that's the thing. You don't want to be a CM Punk.
yeah, for
But
sure.
well, that's interesting. And you said that you had a little bit of background. You said you did MMA as well. How long did you do that for?
I've been I did first in wrestling,
Hmm.
no boxing in middle school, then wrestling in high school. Got into it around I was like 20, 19, 20 years old. I started fighting, and I have about 21, 22 fights total.
Nice.
So it's been a journey. I mean, I think my record is like 9-6 as an amateur, and then it's 3-4 as in MMA.
Now,
Which
you wouldn't want to go back to that eventually?
yeah, I do. But they need to start paying women better. You know, they just think that we're there to get all the views, and they don't pay us worth a crap. And
Yep, I agree.
they dangle a carrot from our head, and I see all these boxers getting paid, and are just like, come on. So
So if you don't mind me asking, how much did you get paid, if or just a rough estimate on that night for bare knuckle?
um, I don't want to disclose. I got paid pretty well.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I just only because some people will fight for a corn chip, you know. I don't want to really reveal that because
No, hey, that's cool.
they there's got to be some kind of like I just feel like there's got to be something done about how we get paid. Honestly, thank God for wasn't it like some kind of like was it Ali the Ali Act?
Yeah,
Was that passed?
they still have the Muhammad Ali Act, and the crazy thing was that I actually had one of the gentlemen. So one of them that are still doing the whole um, suing the UFC. They're in right now. Still the process was Chung Lee. Chung Lee
Yeah.
has an organization called the Fighters Association, and he has him. He has Nate Corey. So there's a bunch of UFC fighters from the past that are still fighting for that. And yes, the Muhammad Ali Act, that's what it's called. So they're still trying to fight for that purpose and stuff like that. It's still going on. Obviously, it's a lengthy one and stuff like that. And again, there's some guys that fight it and then just kind of let it go. They dropped the trial. I know that Mark Hunt was one of them that was suing the UFC as well. And I think midway he said that he kind of gave up. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna leave" and stuff like that. But I know Chung Lee is still, they're still going through with it. So
I shouldn't give up that fight because honestly, at the end of the day, this is what the future generations have to look forward to. And, you know, being a woman and being in a weight class that tends to attract a lot more prettier fighters, some of them, not myself. I mean, I'm in a relationship. I've been in a relationship this whole time, fortunately. I've been blessed and favored, though undeserved. But there's a lot of women who feel like they have to do more, I guess, stuff with their bodies. Or, I mean,
I
taking pictures is fine, but there's stuff behind the scenes that just you wouldn't even believe.
yeah,
It's
I
just,
agree with you.
it takes opportunities away from us. And forget me, I'm talking about the kids that are coming up. There's so many talented children, little girls coming up that I could not imagine them looking up to me, and then they make it to the UFC or someplace like that.
Mhm.
And on their way, they had to do some things and compromise their worth. And that's something that I just hope that it's fixed as far as the financial aspect, so that people know that they don't have to go and take their clothes off or do anything crazy for anybody.
Yeah, there's actually one female fighter. I think she's like 3-0. She's okay. Her name's, I think, she fights for Bellator. Her name's like Valerie. I mean, she says her like slogan is like, "I'm not only an Instagram model or something." I mean, she takes more pictures of herself than she does fighting.
Yeah.
And and again, hey, you do what you want. I mean, if you have a killer body, hey, go for it. But like you were saying, it kind of just diminish like all the things that you're representing. Like you're a fighter, and then you're doing that and stuff like that. So I agree with you. What's up? Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's why Paige Van Zant is saying things like, I make more money off of Instagram than I do fighting. Why is that? Why do I have to sit here and look at all these strawweights struggling to get paid when these heavyweights are getting paid all this money? It makes no sense to me. I'm just like, you don't care? You just want to keep compromising? Like, I love looking beautiful when I feel like it, not
Mhm.
because there's money on the line.
Yeah.
We should be able to, if that's what we so choose. If we want to have an OnlyFans, then I mean, so be it. I don't judge you, but that should be those for those people. So I mean, we should have our own little area where we can be like, we can finally make money. We can finally be taken seriously. And another thing, this is kind of like a side note. I just wish women would stop talking about each other's bodies. Talk about each other's fighting skills. Talk about you suck at fighting. Like I hate that you have a really bad straight. I don't know, like something. You guys talk about each other's coochies and who you've done it with, and
Yep.
I just wish that we could be more like the guys, like getting paid and the way we talk to each other. I mean,
It's
and
true.
we shouldn't get frowned upon for for having a little fun. If we're fighters, at the end of the day, we're gonna fight. You People shouldn't get upset if I like alter a fight poster because I think you're funny. It's like I'm kind of throwing shade because I'm ready to fight. Like,
I agree with you.
but it is what it is.
Yeah, you're
Went
right
on a
though.
rant.
No. Hey, that's what this channel's for. If you wanna, fucking lash out, I am here for you. I'm a great listener. But yeah, it's true
Right.
though.
Also, bullying, I mean, unless you're talking about people's bodies, if you're talking about the fight game, if you're a fighter, there's no such thing as bullying when it comes to fight team. We're fighters.
Yeah,
Scared to go to church.
yeah. It's like you were saying, like guys don't say like, hey, like his body like is bad or anything. Like you never hear
Your prostate.
you got boobies. You don't got pecs, you got boobies. Like it's I don't know. It's weird. You're right though. You got to look at it at both,
Yeah.
both aspects. Like you got to look at it. I just feel like
We'll
there's
never
more pressure on females though. What's up?
do it.
Sorry,
Sorry,
I said I feel like there's more pressure on females. Unfortunately, you
yeah,
know.
we do it to ourselves. A lot of us. Yeah.
So, how do we fix this? What do we do?
We need grace. If we give each other grace, then I think that's what it is. Because grace is really something it's not deserved. That's why it's called grace. You know what I mean? So if we did that to each other, maybe we could, I guess, reciprocate it to other females.
Definitely.
That's what I think.
Just got to cut out the ones that are the I was talking to Tyson Griffin, the ones that not really fighters, but they're there just for the glamour and the lights and the pictures and stuff.
Yeah, like Tyler Sterling. This girl, man, I don't know if you got Tapology up or anything, but this girl, she's like on Tapology, she's Taylor Jenkins or whatever. This girl's going to be fighting on this card. I guess she teamed up with that Britain Hart girl that's going to be fighting with Paige Van Zandt. They're like teamed up or whatever. This girl literally, after I whooped her butt and knocked her out, got the same tattoo mole that I got in my eye on the same side of her face. Like, who does that? Right after I knocked her out. Like,
her name's Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah.
Taylor
But her, like, I guess if you find her online, it's like Taylor Sterling because she got a divorce or something. I don't know.
All right. It's not Taylor Jenkins, and her name's not Killer B, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let me see her.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Well, I'm
she
looking.
Said she hates me. Like,
I don't see the tattoo on the face. Maybe it's on the other side. You said it was on the same side as you?
You gotta look at her Instagram. Like, you gotta look at her Instagram. It's the same side. Like, try to discreetly put it there. I'm like, can I have anything? You gotta follow me to Bare Knuckle. Get the damn thing on your face. What else are you gonna do? I wish you would learn my technique. Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll find out.
I gotta put Instagram because it's not. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Bam. All right. Let's see. I don't think this is her. No, this is clearly not her. This is some random white girl. Hold on. Let's see. That's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna have to eventually find after, but yeah, Taylor Jenkins.
Taylor Sterling.
Oh.
What?
So that Taylor Jenkins or whatever the hell her name is, whatever. So you knocked her ass out, and then she got a tattoo. So I didn't even know that you had a tattoo on your face. That's a tattoo?
It's just a little beauty mark, you know.
Okay.
A little tat. I got it when I was like 17.
Okay. Look at you. You're gonna get another tattoo?
I'm trying. Honestly, I actually was supposed to get tattooed recently, but my tattoo artist had recently went to another shop, and I was sponsored underneath that one. So with her, so I'm gonna have to wait and figure something out. But I'm training for now.
That one on your chest area is pretty intense. That looks that's it hurt. Yeah.
It only hurt right here though, like down on the bone. Like I could hear it.
Oh no! Stop. I'm a vagina when it comes to needles. Like my friend in 7th grade, mind you, he was in science class. I remember he pierced his ear and I heard it pop through the skin, and I almost passed out there. Yeah.
Wow.
Vagina.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. You understand? The doctors. There's
with sleeves.
What's up?
You look nice with sleeves.
The process doesn't. How long did that take? That tattoo?
Not long, like 3 hours.
3 hours.
I had a really good tattoo artist, so.
No, imagine 3 hours, and then a sleeve would take what? I would have to come back multiple sessions, right? Because that shit doesn't get done right there.
Depends on the artist, man. I mean, where I'm from, people would do it right away. I mean, this whole thing took me 1 session.
Oh, really?
I came back for the shading later, but I mean, the first part, I actually liked how it looked before, but
yeah,
I mean, it didn't take time, and it didn't hurt either. This is a tattoo that don't hurt. Is on your arms.
All right, I'm gonna tell you something, and then you're probably gonna be like, wow, this guy's a real bitch. Okay, so I went to Key West. I blame it being really hot. I got a henna tattoo. Okay, again, I was like 7th grade on my shoulder, and I almost passed out. Exactly. You're like, fuck this guy. Yeah, exactly.
No. You're good. You're good. Sometimes we have our weaknesses. I'm afraid of whales. Yeah,
Well,
yeah, like the sperm whales, the big ones.
with the sperm whales, wait, what about the beluga whale? You're scared of that
I don't
thing?
know what that looks like.
The beluga.
The big ass whale with the eye the size of a dinner plate. Yeah,
You're,
ships are scary.
I mean, but again, you would have to go to the ocean to. You get me? Like I could find a fucking tattoo artist like right here in my corner, and I mean, you would have to swim in the middle of the ocean for that. So that's it's. I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying, like I don't know. It just needles. No, I passed out in the doctors before. I threw up in the doctors before. I bit the doctor before. Yeah, I don't like. I don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the noise it makes too. The noise that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, 3 hours of
Mm.
that shit. Yeah.
Oh
Is that like something
yeah.
like what's up?
I don't like the shading. I think it's the shading needle that I don't like. I think that hurts more
Why?
than the
What's
liner.
wrong with the shading? What is that? I didn't even know there was
It's
another
got more
needle.
needles in it.
No.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. But again, let me try to wrap this up. But again, hopefully, we'll hear a fight announcement, soon. Because I don't know how those bare knuckle events. I don't know how many times they do it monthly or how many. I don't know this was kind of random, right? Like how
Well, kind of. I think this is going to be planned because, like I said, I didn't fight my friend for nothing.
Mhm.
I was told that Paige Van Zant was going to need a couple fights. So I think that I'm going to definitely be her next fight. And because she already said she's going to fight me.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
And so, Instagram, one of them. I don't know. Bare Knuckle Management was trash talking him. Was like, you better fight Jenny. But I mean, I think after this whole thing, I'm just ready to fight. I'm done with the drama. I'm ready to leave everything, even though I don't like two of these girls on the roster. I'm willing to let that behind me and just get this fight out the way, get these other fights out the way, and then just be the best.
There you go. Well, you know what? I will be rooting
Right.
for you all the time. You gained a fan, but now I have something to look forward to because that's one thing that's kind of cool too is like when you kind of follow someone or you even like you interact with someone or a fighter and stuff like you look forward to watching what they do, down the road and stuff like that. So there's a couple fighters and stuff like, I don't care to watch bare knuckle, but now I've had Chris Lieben on my show. I've had you on my show. Now there's something like I'll be rooting for you.
Hey, I was right there with you. I didn't want to watch that either. It was really hard to watch, but dang, this pandemic changed my life.
Yeah,
So,
I mean things change. I mean
yeah,
for the good, and I
yeah,
so
it's a beautiful sport. Honestly, I really think it's great, and I think when you start watching it, your mind is gonna change over time. I think, especially when you see Chris Lieben.
oh yeah, definitely. That's it. He's always fun to watch. He's a little nuts. When I had him on the show, it was a good time. But yeah, he's a real nice guy, down to earth to be exact for someone that gives so much punishment. You wouldn't think, and he's a sweetheart. He's a really nice guy. So, but again, I want to thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you on, and I can't wait to see you in action.
Well, thank you. I mean, you caught me after I did a bunch of homework. Just got done doing like 4 subjects of business class, and
It's all right.
I just sound crazy. I was listening to the way I'm talking right now. I'm like all backwards.
Don't worry.
Dyslexia.
Well, we'll get you on again when you have your second fight and you win. I'll have you on.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay offline for a little while to train and just focus on schoolwork because a lot of people like to talk a lot.
Definitely.
It's too much talking. I just want to do some real work and just prove myself by what I do in silence. So
There you go.
we'll see. We're gonna see fireworks the next fight. That's for sure.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Again, thank you so much, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. All right.
All right, you too. Have a good night.